Welcome back to the other story. Now, before the break, we were taking a look at how education is under threat across Pakistan. And now let's cross over to the Punjab. Now, the multiple closures of schools has raised many questions in the province. How serious is the government in tackling the threat of militancy and extremism? And what are parents supposed to do when the private institutions are saying that they cannot provide security to their children? Our correspondent Sana Saif has more in this report.
October may have been the bloodiest month for the country, but what the people also saw was a countrywide disruption of education at all levels. On the 17th of October, the Punjab government directed some schools to close down due to insufficient security precautions. These schools were given a week to construct 8-foot-high walls, hire security guards, install CCTV cameras, barricades, and walk-through gates. On 20th October, twin suicide blasts rocked the International Islamic University in Islamabad. Consequently, educational institutions across the board were closed down for a week. The government then decided to close down all the pre-nursery and kindergarten schools as well.
Psychologically, the effect is that everybody is scared. Students, teachers, even the administrations, because the threat we have is not a normal threat.
Since then, educational institutions have not been completely reopened in the province. Some are forced to close down because they lack adequate security measures. Others don't want to take the risk in view of the unpredictability and ferocity of the attacks.
Closing down schools and colleges for an indefinite period is harmful because we don't know when it's going to end or how it's going to end, so we can't actually stop living our lives.
बंद तो नहीं करने चाहिए, लेकिन बस सिक्योरिटी का आप अच्छी तरह से वो कर दें, सिक्योरिटी दें, अगर स्कूल्स वाले सिक्योरिटी दे रहे हैं तो फिर वो खुलने चाहिए.
While authorities believe that this may be the solution to deal with terrorism, there are many who criticize the approach.
The security measures which we are asked to take, we are taking it. You might have seen that we are raising the wall, razor wire and all that, security cameras. I don't think they can stop terrorist attack.
The managers of private schools also feel the same way. They especially criticize the government for not providing security to the private sector. On their part, the government maintains providing security at such a massive level is not possible.
ना सिर्फ वो नफरी जो है वो कम है मैन पावर, बल्कि उनकी वो ट्रेनिंग जो उन्होंने इससे पहले हासिल की हुई है वो भी ट्रेनिंग आज के जो मखसूस और टेररिज्म के हवाले से जो तकाज़े हैं उनके भी मुताबिक नहीं है.
After much deliberation, the authorities are now providing financial assistance to government educational institutions, while private schools have been asked to gear up using their own resources. However, the government has agreed to provide them whatever assistance is possible, such as training of security guards. Experts, school administration and people say that unattainable security goals are not the answer when dealing with this threat. They say establishing peace will take coordinated efforts on part of the government and the educational institutions. Sana Saif, DawnNews, Lahore.
Sana Saif there reporting on the extortionist methods of some private schools and the blame shifting by the government. Switching our focus towards the NWFP, every day we hear about a suicide attack or a bomb blast. Does anyone ever revisit those schools which were blown up by militants? Is the younger generation being neglected as the focus remains on rescue efforts and emergency services? Our correspondent Mumtaz Bangash investigates the plight of the parents and teachers who face these threats every day.
Education is under threat in NWFP for the last few years, giving rise to illiteracy. Schools are present in some areas, but the teachers do not bother to attend.
इस स्कूल को पहले आते थे टीचर, मगर अभी कुछ अर्सा हो गया कि यही नहीं आती उस्तानी, तो जाहिर है कि फिर बच्ची भी नहीं आएगी.
The elected representatives say they are helpless.
Most of the schools are without teachers, without head of the institution. In this regard, I also submit a question which was admitted and entrusted to the committee concerned.
The threat from the militants is always present in NWFP. But closures of schools speaks loudly about the negligence of the government.
तो हम जिस स्कूल में खड़े हैं ये तो गर्ल्स स्कूल है टिलाबंद नंबर 1 और सर ये 10 साल से बंद है.
Some schools have been converted into marriage halls, while in others teachers only come to sign the attendance register.
بس استاد جيرا ودغه جمال کاکا ځان سره دننه کو کمرې دا د اسخات مسخات یو بس بیلال.
But the authorities seem to do nothing other than issue directives.
In you people are aware that we have 27,000 schools in the province, so we have already directed to the EDOs, to the head of the schools that they had properly planned for the security measures.
Moreover, the government is silent.
This is one of the schools in district Peshawar, which is located only a few kilometers away from the city. You can see no teachers and no students here attending this school for the last few months. Authorities are yet to take action against all those people who have converted this school into a hujra. Mumtaz Bangash, Dawn News, Peshawar.
Well, a grim situation indeed, where the resolute people of NWFP continue to shine with a glimmer of hope for a better tomorrow. With that, we'll take a very quick break here on The Other Story, but stay with us. When we come back, the point man for education is with us. We ask all of these questions to the Education Minister. Stay with us.